Jaylen Brown is having a season that demands attention, not just from Boston Celtics fans, not just from NBA analysts, but from anyone who truly appreciates elite basketball. What we are witnessing is not simply a player putting up big numbers. This is the story of a star redefining his role, elevating a franchise, and carving his name into Celtics history in a way that few ever have. In a season filled with unexpected turns, roster changes, injuries, and shifting expectations, Jaylen Brown has emerged as the constant, the engine, and the emotional backbone of the Boston Celtics. Today, we are breaking down 5 essential things you need to know about Jaylen Brown's historic Celtics season, and by the end of this video, it will be impossible to ignore just how special this run truly is. The first thing you need to understand is that Jaylen Brown has taken a massive leap as a primary scorer, and not in the way people usually expect. This is not about empty calories or inflated stats on a losing team. Brown is producing at an elite level while carrying real responsibility night after night. He is averaging close to 30 points per game, placing him among the top scorers in the entire NBA, and he is doing it with efficiency that separates great scorers from volume shooters. His field goal percentage ranks near the top among high-usage players, which tells a crucial story. Brown is not forcing shots. He is reading defenses, attacking mismatches, and choosing his moments with surgical precision. What makes this leap so impressive is the context. Jaylen Brown is no longer benefiting from the luxury of defenses loading up on someone else. With roster turnover and injuries reshaping the Celtics hierarchy, Brown has become the focal point of opposing game plans. Teams are sending extra help. They are throwing different coverages at him. They are daring other players to beat them. And yet, Brown continues to deliver. His scoring bursts feel inevitable. Whether it is a pull-up jumper in transition, a powerful drive through contact, or a perfectly timed three when the defense relaxes for half a second, Brown has mastered the art of controlling the flow of the game through scoring. The second thing you need to know is that Jaylen Brown's historic season is built on efficiency and adaptability, not just raw talent. For years, critics pointed to perceived limitations in his handle or decision-making. This season, those narratives are rapidly losing credibility. Brown has shown clear growth as a reader of the game. He understands when to attack immediately and when to let the offense breathe. He recognizes when the defense is tilted and punishes it. His shot selection has matured, and his ability to score within the rhythm of the offense has reached a new level. This evolution did not happen by accident. Brown has invested heavily in studying the game, improving his footwork, tightening his handle, and expanding his scoring toolkit. He is no longer predictable. One possession, he is overpowering a defender on the block. The next, he is spacing the floor and draining a catch-and-shoot three. Then he is cutting at the perfect moment for an easy finish. This adaptability is what allows him to sustain his production over long stretches. Defenses cannot simply take away one option and expect Brown to fade. He adjusts, and when he adjusts, he thrives. The third thing you need to know is that Jaylen Brown's historic season is directly tied to winning basketball, and this may be the most important point of all. The Celtics are not just surviving this season, they are competing at the top of the Eastern Conference, defying preseason expectations and silencing skeptics who predicted a step back. Brown's impact shows up in ways that go beyond the box score. When he is on the floor, the Celtics play with confidence. There is structure. There is purpose. Teammates feed off his aggression and his calm under pressure. Brown has embraced the responsibility of being a leader without forcing it. He leads by example, by effort, and by consistency. In close games, the ball finds him because his teammates trust him. In difficult stretches, he steadies the group. His willingness to defend at a high level, rebound his position, and make the extra pass reinforces a culture of accountability. This is not just a star chasing numbers. This is a franchise cornerstone anchoring a team that believes it can beat anyone on any given night. One of the clearest indicators of Brown's winning impact is how the Celtics perform against top competition. In games against elite teams, Brown's production does not disappear. In fact, it often increases. He rises to the challenge, embracing physical matchups and hostile environments. That is the mark of a true star. Anyone can score when the pressure is low. It takes something different to deliver when everything is on the line, and Brown has consistently answered that call this season. The fourth thing you need to know is that Jaylen Brown is rewriting his legacy within Celtics history. This season has already placed him alongside some of the greatest names the franchise has ever known. By recording long streaks of 30-point performances, Brown has matched and in some cases surpassed benchmarks set by legends like Larry Bird. That alone should stop any debate about his place in Celtics lore. This is a franchise with a history defined by excellence, banners, and icons. To be mentioned in the same breath as those figures is not something that happens casually. What makes this even more remarkable is that Brown is accomplishing this in the modern NBA, where defensive schemes are more complex and scouting is relentless. Every move is analyzed, every tendency is studied, and yet, Brown continues to produce at a historic pace. This is not a brief hot streak. This is sustained dominance over months of competition. His name is now permanently attached to conversations about the greatest individual seasons by a Celtic, and that is something no critic can take away. Despite all of this, Brown's season has also highlighted the disconnect between performance and recognition. Early All-Star voting returns placed him lower than many expected, sparking debates across the league. But this perceived disrespect only adds fuel to his narrative. Brown has never been one to chase validation. Instead, he channels that energy into his work. Night after night, he lets his play speak louder than votes or headlines. In the long run, respect in the NBA is earned through consistency, and Brown is building a resume that demands acknowledgement. The fifth and final thing you need to know is that Jaylen Brown's historic season represents a turning point not just for him, but for the Boston Celtics as a franchise. This is the season where Brown has fully stepped into his prime. He is no longer viewed as a secondary option or a complementary piece. He is a foundational star capable of leading a contender. His growth has reshaped how the Celtics can build, plan, and compete moving forward. This season has answered questions that lingered for years. Can Jaylen Brown be the guy when circumstances demand it? Can he shoulder the offensive load while maintaining efficiency and defensive intensity? Can he lead a team through adversity? The answer to all of those questions is now undeniable. Brown has proven that he belongs in the highest tier of NBA players, not just in theory, but in practice. As the season continues, the implications of this run will only grow. Playoff matchups will become more intense. Defensive pressure will increase. Expectations will rise. And yet, everything we have seen so far suggests that Jaylen Brown is ready for whatever comes next. His confidence is grounded in preparation. His poise is built on experience. And his hunger reflects a player who knows his story is still being written. In many ways, this season feels like the culmination of years of steady improvement, resilience, and belief. Jaylen Brown has faced criticism, doubt, and scrutiny throughout his career. Instead of allowing those voices to define him, he used them as motivation. The result is a season that will be remembered long after the final buzzer sounds. A season that redefined his role, elevated his team, and reminded the basketball world that greatness often reveals itself through persistence. If you have watched Jaylen Brown this year, you are witnessing something special. Not just a hot stretch, not just a statistical anomaly. You are watching a player step fully into his power and leave an undeniable mark on one of the most storied franchises in sports. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into Jaylen Brown's historic Celtics season, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel for more in-depth NBA analysis, and let us know in the comments where you think this season ranks among the greatest in Celtics history.